discussion on experiment 8. We'll go back and do a more detailed one. Let's get this intro done. When we talk about experiment 8, it's pages 50 to 52. So you're going to be conducting an experiment to see what the voltage of galvanic cells, and then to investigate what happens if we change the concentration of these. Okay, so this is what we've been talking about, changing concentration, setting up a voltaic cell. And one of the things about this particular cell is that we don't have a standard salt bridge that goes into this. I have a little drawing that I've done. We have a beaker that goes in this and a pot that goes into it. And we have one concentration in here and one concentration in here. That pot is porous, so it can act as a salt bridge. So we don't have an actual salt bridge. We have a metal that's in here and a metal that's in here. This is connected to the voltmeter. This is connected to the voltmeter. Okay, and so you'll need to have a rough diagram of that, including all of the parts that are relevant. So concentrations, what's in those solutions. Will need to be included. And that will need to be included for the standard cell as well as the concentrations. So it's not a standard setup. You need to make sure that you can deal with them. I'm going to take a picture of this in the laboratory so that I can post it for you guys so that you can see what it looks like. Do everything I can to do that tomorrow. I want you to comment on any differences you see between what you think those values should be and what they actually are. Okay, so there's some data that you'll get so you'll be able to look at them. And discuss what happens when the concentration changes. What does that do? How does the voltage change? What does that mean about how much product versus reaction the reaction has? We shifted away from equilibrium. Which direction are we going to try to get back to it? That's what we're going to be talking about in terms of the summary. Okay. Come on. Catch up. Sorry. Post up. It's not. Question 1. What's the cell notation for the cell? We should include the concentrations because you'll need to do this for the standard cell and for the non-standard cell. Use the Nernst equation and look at what would happen to the calculation if both concentrations were changed to 0.1 rather than 1. Do the math, we'll see what happens. Use the Nernst equation to explain what happens if we change the zinc sulfate, but not the copper solution of 0.1. That was a new value of E different from the original. For 4, we're going to use the tables to predict if any of the reactions are spontaneous. A through D, galvanic cells, positive E. Do we have that? And for E and F, calculate the standard reduction potential for the reactions that do occur. There should be one that happens for A and B and one that happens for C and D. And why do you need a salt bridge? What is the purpose of a salt bridge? So I've mentioned it a bunch of times. Make sure that you include that salt bridge absolutely has to be there for that to work. And what? That's everything I have at this point about this laboratory. So hopefully that's enough for now. I'm going to turn off this particular lecture recording, get into that experimental recording. All right, guys, thanks.